The following lesson is linked to Learning Outcome 2, Reading and Viewing. It addresses the assessment standard that requires learners to explore and explain key features of texts and how they contribute to meaning. Learners should be able to recognize how dialogue and action are related to character and theme. They should also be able to demonstrate various reading and viewing strategies for comprehension and appreciation. Learners should be able to scan texts for supporting details, read or view according to purpose and task, and reread, review, and revise to promote understanding.
Hi there, I'm Nelly Mabaso. We have seen how language gives us clues to the actions of the characters and how language establishes character. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to discuss how character emerges from words and actions. Let us examine another dialogue, also involving Capulet. This comes from the scene where Lady Capulet has just told Juliet that her father has decided that she will marry Paris. Lord Capulet comes into the room and asks his wife,
"How now, wife? Have you delivered to her our decree?"
Aye, but she will none. She gives you thanks. I would the fool were married to her grave.
Soft, take me with you, wife. How? She will none. Doth she not thank us? Is she not proud? Doth she not count her blessed, unworthy as she is, that we have wrought so worthy a gentleman to be her bridegroom?
Not proud you have, but thankful that you have. Proud can I never be of what I hate, but thankful even for hate that is meant love.
How now, chopped logic, what is this? Proud, and I thank you not, and yet not proud. Mistress Minion, you thank me no thankings, nor proud me no prouds. But fettle your fine joints gainst Thursday next, to go with Paris to St. Peter's Church, or I will drag thee on a hurdle thither. Out, you green sickness carrion! Out, you baggage! You tallow face!
Fie! What are you, mad?
Good father, I beseech you on my knees, hear me with patience, but to speak a word.
Hang thee, young baggage, disobedient wretch! I'll tell thee what. Get thee to church a Thursday, or never after look me in the face. Speak not, reply not, do not answer me. My fingers itch.
this seems a good place to pause the scene. There are 3 characters involved so far: Capulet, Lady Capulet, and Juliet. Let us discuss how each character emerges from what we have seen and heard.
How now, wife?
Capulet dominates this scene, so let's start with him.
You delivered to her our decree?
He asks his wife if she has told Juliet our decree. Our implies the joint decision of Juliet's parents. They have made up their minds what is best for her. A decree is a decision or order. Notice how definite that is. Juliet will not be allowed to oppose him. Capulet is accustomed to giving orders in his house, and everyone, including his daughter, obeys him. We saw this during the confrontation with Tybalt. How does he behave when Lady Capulet informs him that Juliet refuses to marry Paris? He is confused, and then very quickly he becomes furious.
Married to a grave.
Soft, take me with you, wife. How? She will none. Doth she not thank us? Is she not proud? Doth she not count her blessed?
He says, soft, which means wait. Take me with you. Give me the details. Then he continues, is she not proud? Doth she not count her blessed? Why should she be proud or blessed according to her father? Because he has found so worthy a gentleman to be her bridegroom. He feels hurt that he has found a wonderful man for Juliet, and she refuses to marry him. Capulet feels he has done what any concerned and caring father should do: find a really suitable bridegroom, and Juliet is ungrateful to him. Juliet's attempt to explain herself doesn't help at all.
But thankful even for hate that is meant love.
Let's hear how Capulet responds.
How now? Chopped logic, what is this? Proud, and I thank you not, and yet not proud.
He calls what she says chopped logic. That is a confused and meaningless argument. He further points out that her words make no sense to him. He says, proud, and I thank you not, and yet not proud. We can see that he's getting angrier and angrier because of his use of repetitions and dramatic questions. Then he gathers himself to give her instructions. He calls her Mistress Minion.
Proud, Mistress Minion, you. Thank me no thankings, nor proud me no prouds. But fettle your fine joints gainst Thursday next, to go with Paris to St. Peter's Church, or I will drag thee on a hurdle thither.
Here, Minion means cheeky or spoilt girl. He warns her, thank me no thankings, nor proud me no prouds. Don't play with words, because that makes him very angry. Instead, she must prepare her fine joints, her pretty limbs, for next Thursday to go with Paris to St. Peter's Church. Or he threatens that he will drag her there on a hurdle. A hurdle is a frame or wooden sledge on which traitors were dragged through the streets to the place of execution. Capulet sees his daughter as a rebel against his fatherly authority and one who deserves severe punishment.
Out, you green sickness carrion! Out, you baggage! You tallow face! Hang thee, young baggage, disobedient wretch!
Capulet growls, out, meaning enough of this. And then Capulet uses 5 words and phrases to describe his daughter. Let us look at each one of them. Green sickness, carrion, baggage, tallow face, disobedient wretch. When Capulet talks about green sickness, he means an anemic illness suffered by girls. He is accusing Juliet of being immature. Carrion is rotting flesh. Capulet tells Juliet that she is as bad and corrupt as a piece of rotting flesh. She is as worthless as dead flesh. A baggage is a good-for-nothing girl, a worthless, immoral girl. Tallow face means a white-faced fool. Tallow is the fat used to make candles. Juliet's face is white and waxy with fear. Finally, she is a disobedient wretch, a wicked girl. What terrible things for a father to say to his daughter! He is so angry, he has lost all sense of balance. He says if his daughter does not obey him, she must never see him again. And he ends by saying that his fingers itch. In other words, he wants to slap her. The violence of his language leads logically to this desire to hit his child. Would we have expected this kind of behavior from Capulet? Remember what he has been like on 2 previous occasions. When Paris asked to marry Juliet, Capulet appears to be a loving, considerate father, saying that Juliet must be part of the decision-making. But when Tybalt opposes his wishes, Capulet gets very angry very quickly. So, Capulet appears gracious and courteous, but the minute his will is opposed, then he becomes angry and tyrannical. So, although we thought he was loving and tender to Juliet, we are not particularly surprised when he behaves in this shocking way, when Juliet is no longer the quiet, obedient daughter he expects. How do the two other people in this scene behave? Firstly, there is Lady Capulet. When her husband explodes at Juliet, she protests.
You tallow face!
Fie! What are you, mad?
Harsh enough herself, Lady Capulet is nevertheless horrified by the extreme fury of her husband. She is also appalled by his irrationality. He is behaving in an unreasonable way. And what about poor Juliet? She speaks twice.
Not proud you have, but thankful that you have. Proud can I never be of what I hate, but thankful even for hate that is meant love.
She expresses her appreciation of what her father has done, even though it is a hateful action. She says that she is grateful to him for the loving thought, even though what he has done is hateful to her. This just makes her father more angry. So she tries again. Here is Juliet's second statement to her father. As you watch it, determine what she is saying, what the statement indicates about Juliet's relationship with her father.
Good father, I beseech you on my knees, hear me with patience but to speak a word.
The language which the characters use in the play helps us understand how they think and why they behave as they do. Their words give us clues as to what their characters are like. The way they speak to each other develops our understanding of their relationships also. You should now feel much more confident when you are asked to read or watch Romeo and Juliet. The language is not as difficult as you might have imagined, and there is a lot of fun and enjoyment in seeing how characters emerge from what they say and do. In the next lesson, we shall look at how Shakespeare develops his themes. Goodbye.